moving so slow and the car didn't even stir up dust. That's where we'd practice shooting. I wanted to be able to play with the boys. Grandpa made Rick and Brad give me a BB gun. The boys were mad. They had every right to be. I couldn't shoot the broadside of a barn. I wasn't even fun to have a contest with. I didn't care. I was going to play. Then my grandpa caught on to how bad I was at shooting crows. Well, boys were shooting crows. Me, let's say this. I did hit it. I just wasn't the one who killed it. It was dead when I found it, and I came toting it back to my grandpa and the boys. He looked at me and said, "Now, sis, you shoot this?" Indignantly, I said, "Yes," because I had shot it, so I wasn't lying. Being a bigger ass, I pointed to the wing where my BB was still lodged. Laughing and coughing, he sputtered, "By God, sis, you did. You boys go on down to the river. We'll be on along in a minute. And sis, you can drive." And just like that, the BB gun went behind the bench seat of the truck. And I never did get it back. Later that night, Rick told me it was for my own good. Was I pissed? Yeah, I thought I could do anything the boys could do. Found out that wasn't true. Hurt my pride and my heart. Because deep down I knew Rick was right. The river washed away that hope and dream of shooting with the boys. You know, Dave, I had a lot more to learn about guns. I'd find that out later, I thought to myself. Hey, you see that little crest in front of us? What is it? Curious Pete. It's the levee to the river. The feeling of home seeped into my chest. Oh, damn, you said you grew up close. I just thought you meant you were like an hour or something, not walking distance. Standing at the edge of the bank, we just watched the river flow by. Undercurrents created waves across the mile-wide river. Each ripple ached for the old pattern of throwing sticks to watch them race. Debating to sit or collect branches, my toes decided for themselves to slide out of my sandals, play in the dirt. Dirt sand, so soft, warm, it was delicious. Walnut trees waved to me in the breeze. Crickets a good 3 inches long joined in welcome home excitement. Finally, something we can share. Issuing a challenge to a stick race. Dave emphatically agreed. We gathered sticks and watched the shore. When it dawned on me to remind Dave to watch for water moccasins. How do you know that? The holler came back at me. It was creepy. When we were little playing here, we saw the most giant snake. It floated on a log, head straight for us. It was stalking us. Its head poised, its mouth open, floating straight for the sandbar we were playing on. My grandma pulled a .45 from God knows where, blew its head off. We knew then it was no joke. Rick, Brad, Amy, and I all stood there frozen. Not that she had a .45, but that she was that much of a crack shot. It was one shot. The sucker was dead. I can see the bewilderment on my husband's face. As I laughed to myself, I felt the culmination of the past, present, and future loss. I broke down to a good old-fashioned ugly cry. No idea how long I'd been crying when my husband told me someone wanted to talk to me. Confused, I asked, "What?" "No one knows me here anymore." Bridge, the man asked if we had just come from the funeral, driving the loop. "Baby, that's you." There stood an old-timer in overalls, boots, white t-shirt, and a trademark sarcastic ball cap. Watch me pull myself together. "Miss, please accept my condolences, but this is an important matter. I'm Rick's attorney. He asked me to watch to see who knew him best. He said they'd drive the loop, stop at his parents' house, and then the farm just over the levee, and now here, the river. And ma'am, that's you. You're the only one to have done so. Could you please spare a minute for me to explain in details?"